So this morning we have learned that through the investigation, the 22-year-old mother has admitted to harming her 3 children, which caused their demise. As you can remember, they were pronounced deceased last night. She will be booked on 3 counts of first-degree murder. This investigation is still ongoing. There's still a lot of collection and gathering of evidence that needs to still be done, and obviously there's going to be other interviews with witnesses and additional information. As you can imagine, this case is very complex. There's a lot of moving parts to it, and so we are comfortable in saying now that the mother is responsible for the death of the children.
You know, last night when we heard you in your first initial press conference, and we can hear it now in your voice, you mentioned how hard this is, not only for first responders, for your officers when they come onto a scene like this, but when you're dealing with 3 kids. This is something you guys never want to walk up to.
Absolutely. You know, I had an opportunity to go home last night after speaking with you guys. The investigators and everybody else that's behind me at this scene has not. And they worked very hard, they worked tirelessly, and so very proud of the work that they do every day on cases like this, because they are very difficult. So just very supportive of them.
Sergeant, can you explain to us what initially called officers up to this call?
Absolutely. So last night about 7:30, there was an unknown trouble call that came into our 911 call center. At that moment, officers responded. You know, those type of calls, we don't have very much information. We just basically, someone calls 911, there's not a lot of information coming through. And so when officers arrived, that's when they contacted the 3 adults, which included the mother, the father, and another relative. They were directed inside that home, and that's where they saw the 3 young children.
Was that somebody inside this home that called 911?
Yes.
Okay, a father or mother?
I don't know. I know that it was more than likely one of the relatives that was here at the scene.
And you said last night there were no obvious signs of trauma. Is there any belief as to how these kids may have died?
That's going to be part of it, right? Our medical examiner is going to obviously do the examination of the 3 children, and that's going to be determined by them. Right now, we know that based on what mother is saying, that she did harm her children.
Obviously so early in this investigation, and I know time will tell on this, but when you think of the young ages, the 3, the 2-year-old, the 7-month-old, possibly postpartum in any of this, is that something you guys would be looking into as well? Investigators
look into every aspect of it, right? During the interview process, that's something that they are so experienced in speaking and dealing with these type of cases. So I will tell you that that's something that they will more than likely be asking questions about.
Did the mother provide any explanation as to why she did this?
At this moment, I don't have that information. I can tell you that that's going to be something that's going to be part of this the report.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the residence? We're seeing it, and it kind of looks like a landscaping or nursery of some sort. Is this a home? Or?
It is definitely. They are living in a residence inside this location. There is a business associated with it. I don't know the connection between the family and that business, but I can tell you that there is a business that's associated in that same property.
Do you know who lived at that home? The kids, the mother, a father as well?
I can tell you that the parents of the children, the 3 children, and 2 additional adults lived in that residence.
Was the father aware of what had happened?
That's part of the investigation.
We have some viewers that are joining us live. Can you give us an update, just the basics that you guys have just released?
Absolutely. So right now what we know is that the mother has admitted to harming her 3 children. The children were pronounced deceased last night. Officers arrived after 7:30 p.m. to an unknown trouble call to a residence in the area of 25th Street and Vineyard. She will be booked for 3 counts of first-degree murder, and that's where we are with the investigation.
Talk with us about how much longer you guys are going to be out here. Obviously, it's already been, 12 hours.
We actually are at the final stages. They're going to be finishing up some photos, and we should be out of the area here in the next maybe 30 minutes or so.
Sergeant, sorry to be persistent on the details. Can you tell us where these children were found in the home?
I can tell you that once you enter that home, there's a front door, and I would consider it a living room area. So they were in that area. As soon as you enter that home, we didn't have to go look for the children.
And was it the mother who initially said that they had been acting sick?
Yes.
Where are the father and the relative now?
They are still with us. We're still in the process of doing interviews. Again, as you can imagine, this is a 3-victim homicide, so we're still trying to gather information for the investigation.
Is there any idea how long those children were dead or unresponsive before you guys arrived?
Yeah, once again, that's going to be something for the medical examiner to determine. All right, thank you very much.